There was no surprise about this. Everybody knew they weren't people. So what is this conflict about? Basically, if he gets 3 strikes, he just loses his job. So yeah, this all makes sense, but still irrelevant. Gatekeeping. He makes it sound like it's a catastrophe for all Hoyoverse creators. But is it?
They don't have the legal grounds to copyright strike somebody for information they themselves officially made public.
And this is 100% bullshit. I'm gonna tell you facts, not just his assumptions, because he sounds unreasonable here.
100%. This isn't a gray area, bro. Like, it's just not.
Let's actually check this out. What is fair use? A law that is actually a gray ground. There is no definition. This is just vague explanation. You can't really use this as a solid law. Hello YouTube. So lately you might have noticed that any Hoyo creator posted a video about gatekeeping public content and such a stuff. Let's watch his video. Gacha smack. Let's check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I find myself in another predicament where I am forced to stand on business. Y'all know I'm a very outspoken person, but I pride myself in being quite objective and rational.
Okay, let's see if it's true.
In many scenarios. Now, like all humans, I am flawed to a degree, and sometimes I can show a little bit too much emotion. But for the most part, I'm quite tamed, and I try to think with a level head.
Okay, I hope so.
This situation is something that has left a sour taste in my mouth. I am not happy with how things have occurred, and we're gonna get into all the details and make sure I convey this shit as explicit as possible so that you understand my frustration with this whole entire process.
Yes, please explain me because I don't get it.
I put out a tweet 6 hours ago. I'm pretty sure I was the first person on the internet to make this public statement saying how unethical and immoral this shit is.
Okay, is it immoral?
But let's go ahead and go over it.
Disclaimers. The content in this video is from the creator experience server. The content I'll be sharing is not fully indicative of the final product. There may be or may not be changes in this version update. And now this is the most important part. Any re-uploads or redistribution from the creator experience server is at risk of copyright strike. Also, the watermark is a criteria for the creator experience server. As far as I know, only approved Hoyoverse creators could show the tests of Acheron on creator experience server. They tested it out, put the video about this. Hoyoverse made this instruction to show this disclaimer. Basically, they are warning people that they shouldn't re-upload these videos or reuse the content that only these approved people used.
First and foremost, this is what I put out over 6 hours ago. Hoyoverse just gave 2 creators the green light to publish previously confidential info on a public platform.
These were only 2 people at the beginning that Hoyoverse gave permission to post video from the closed server.
All right, let's read that one more time. Hoyoverse gave 2 creators the green light to publish previously confidential. Previously. Right?
Okay, previously. I'm not gonna spoil it right now, but this doesn't matter. Let's just watch.
Because it's now on a public platform. On a public platform, and then they thought it would be a smart/brilliant idea to threaten the livelihood of anyone who tries to make content off of this info that they themselves officially made public.
He's talking about that if they make this information public, anyone is free to use it. But is that so?
And to continue that sentence a little bit further, they made it public, they themselves officially.
Okay.
By extension, through the content creators, they themselves greenlighted to post it to a public platform.
Yeah, and remember, they greenlighted only these creators, so.
Such as YouTube. Mind you, one of the biggest public platforms in the entirety of the world.
It doesn't really matter on which platform you public it. It's still public. Yeah, we get it. It's right. It's understandable. It's okay.
And even then, it's debatable. If I'm being honest with you, we got Mr. Beast averaging 200 million views an upload. That shows you the reach that YouTube has. Okay, not saying that the creators that posted it can reach that, but it is possible.
Okay, that doesn't change the topic. That is not really relevant, and you will see why.
If enough people are interested in it. Anyways, that's important context. I've screenshotted the disclaimer from I Win to Lose's channel, one of the creators who got this access. Now, I also heard that God Doggo's got it too, so now 3 creators that we know of. I also have brought up Braxophone's disclaimer. We're going to look at both of them so that you have the tangible evidence that they did it through extension of these creators.
They warned people that if anybody else than these greenlighted creators re-upload this content, they can be copy striked.
One thing I need to let you guys know as well is that if you re-upload this content, it can be taken down by Hoyoverse, so be careful out there. I don't recommend re-uploading my content. I don't mind people reacting to it. I don't mind people watching it, but just know that that risk is there.
So yeah, there was no surprise about this. Everybody knew they weren't people. Hoyoverse warned people not to use this content. So, what is this conflict about?
Now, I want to be clear here. A copyright strike, in case you don't know, for YouTubers.
Okay, tell me. But I know.
Once you receive 3 copyright strikes, your channel gets terminated.
Yeah, almost always. There are cases when you can recover it. 99% it's truth, yeah. But okay, that still doesn't matter. That's not relevant.
Now, I want to elaborate on this, right? As of now, I've grown over 50,000 subscribers since
Pretty
I
impressive.
Honkai Star Rail.
Yeah.
In this process, I have developed many different business relationships. I get a lot of sponsorships.
Okay,
I get
it's fine.
Ad revenue. I am setting myself up for a lot of opportunities.
So basically what is he trying to say here is YouTube is his work, it's his job. This is understandable. I have nothing against it.
Because I have made the decision, the business decision, to capture an audience in the gacha market. So if my channel were to get terminated, this could cause me the revenue that I am making by the business that I am running. Case in point, let's say I make $500,000 a year. If they were to terminate my channel, that $500,000 a year could go down the drain. Does that make perfect sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, basically if he gets 3 strikes, he just loses his job. So I still don't see where it's going. So yeah, this all makes sense, but still irrelevant.
This is a very serious situation for many different content creators. Even if you don't get copyright struck, they're basically gatekeeping a lot of people's ability to do their jobs.
So there's my point on this. Gatekeeping. He makes it sound like it's a catastrophe for all Hoyoverse creators. But is it? It is exclusively one thing that Hoyoverse told not to do, people. Just don't post content from closed server. That's not that much to ask, is it? I wouldn't call it gatekeeping. It's not gonna make you so much of a trouble just to skip one topic. You can make content about anything else in the game. I know it's hard to find a topic or a video when there's no content for so long. The next update is in a week. But that this is just one exclusive topic that they prohibited people to post about. So what's the problem? Just skip it.
By the game that they're covering and the market that they've captured and the audience that goes to their channels. This is some serious shit. I'd like to reiterate that. Now, I want to talk about how they don't have the legal grounds to copyright strike somebody for information they themselves officially made public, by extension through the creators.
And this is 100% bullshit. Let's hear out his take, but I already know, I watched until this moment yesterday, this is all bullshit.
Okay, this isn't leaks, this isn't confidential. That shit went out the window the moment you said, hey, upload that to YouTube. But you don't get to have your cake and eat it too and then say, oh, but nobody else can talk about it. Nobody, sorry, but that's out of your power. You just don't have the power to do that. That's not how the fucking world works, bro.
This is bullshit. This is exactly how world works. So I'm gonna explain you exactly why. I'm gonna tell you facts, not just his assumptions, because he sounds unreasonable here. I'm not telling it's good, but this is just how world works, exactly how it works. So what is copyright? Any content a company or a person creates belongs to this person or company. And it doesn't matter if you published it or not. At any point, you can decide to restrict usage of your content or usage of this company's content. It can restrict it any time. And it doesn't matter if it's online or not. It doesn't matter if it's already published and shared to millions of people. It doesn't matter. Posting your content doesn't make it not your content. It's still your content. According to copyright law, you still can prohibit it. They have fully right to do it. Again, I'm not saying it's good or is it right, is it fair, but this is what law says. Nobody has rights to this content except of the company, the creator of this content. And if they don't want this creator to post this content, if they don't give their right to you, they have fully lawful right to do that. This is just how copyright works. So that's why he's telling bullshit here.
I don't know how things work over there in China, but that's not how it works over here in America.
And this is actually not true, because this is copyright. Actually, copyright is the thing that works in Europe and America, you know?
At the same sense, if we're talking about your leaks to your IP, fair game.
It doesn't matter if it's leaks or official content that somebody posted because they greenlighted them. It doesn't mean that you can post it. This is how copyright works.
These aren't leaks anymore though. It's on YouTube and it was approved by you.
Yeah, but it was approved only for 2 people. That is important thing. So I don't get what's all the banter about.
If you go and strike me That isn't a unethical and immoral strike, and you are taking advantage of YouTube's horrendous copyright system.
This is actually truth. It is what it is. Yeah, it's unethical, it's unfair, but they still have lawful right to do this.
I want to talk about that next, because first and foremost, this is public information, and so long as you are transforming it, commenting on it, critiquing it, and teaching in an educational induced format, it's fair use. It literally falls under what we call fair use.
We are on the shaky ground here, because fair use don't actually tell you to at what point you can change the content, that it's not actually original anymore. If I was copyright manager of a billion-dollar company, I wouldn't see reaction as changing content. It is still footage from their game. The only new thing that you add to it, how you change it, you add your face, your voice, music, but the rest, the biggest part of the video, is still their content. So is it really fair use? And again, I'm telling you, this is for sure immoral, this is unfair. I get your point, but don't be crazy about this. If they don't want you to use this content, just don't use it. This is that simple. Does that make sense to you?
100%. This isn't a gray area, bro. Like, it's just not.
Let's actually check this out. Let's read this article. What is fair use? In many countries, certain users of copyright protected works do not infringe the copyright owner's rights. For example, in the United States, copyright rights are limited to the doctrine of fair use, on which certain uses of copyright materials for, but not limited to, criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research may be considered fair use. It doesn't say it is fair use. It says may be. Now, again, I will repeat this 100 times in this video. This is not fair to write a law that is actually a gray ground. It's not defined. There is no definition. This is just vague explanation. You can't really use this as a solid law. That's why this is actually gray ground. But yeah, let's read further. US judges determine whether fair use defense is valid according to 4 factors, which we've listed below. We're gonna check these factors. The 4 factors of fair use: the purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of commercial nature or it is for a non-profit educational purpose. Courts typically focus on whether the use is transformative, that is whether it adds a new expression or meaning to the original, or whether it merely copies from the original. So yeah, reaction or like edited video where you explain what you see, would you 100% say this is actually transformative? Because just download the video, you edit it a little bit, you add your voice, your commentary, and that's it. I would say, to be fair, it's at least 60% of original work still, if you do a commentary to something that doesn't belong to you. That's just my opinion, at least 60%. Of course, it depends on how you make these videos, but still, this is pretty vague. It is still in a danger of human factor because it's for judges to determine. You can't really say it's a good written law, the nature of copyrighted work. So I'm not sure what this really means. Let's skip this point because I'm not too familiar with this. The amount and substantiality of the portion used in relationship to copyrighted work as a whole. So yeah, that's what I said in the first point. Borrowing small bits of material from an original work is more likely to be considered fair use than borrowing large portions. However, even a small taking may weigh against fair use in some situation if it constitutes the heart of the work. This is gray area too. What does heart of the work even mean? Like, we all know what that means, but this is too vague. This is not how laws should work. This is bad, but it is law. So Hoyoverse didn't misuse this law. This is just how it's written. The effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. This one is very interesting because image is everything for Hoyoverse. You know how they don't like hating or even constructive criticism about their games. And this is exactly where this point matters. Uses that harm the copyright owner's ability to profit from his or her original work by serving as a replacement for demand for that work and less likely to be fair uses. It can take effect upon market for Hoyoverse. If you tell that this character is shit, nobody gonna buy it because, like, look at the views. Many people watch them. Let's be honest, most of the viewers don't have their own opinions. They just copy opinions of their favorite creators. So yeah, potentially he could affect market value of Hoyoverse's characters. So we have 3 out of 4 points that might potentially mean that they didn't do anything wrong. I mean, morally it is wrong, but just morally. But who cares about morale? This is business. This is how business works. That was my point. Let's continue.
It's public information by you.
And again, public information doesn't make this work not yours. It is still yours, and you're still free to decide what to do with this work. You can prohibit it. You can restrict people for copying it.
YouTube's copyright system is the next thing I want to talk about. YouTube's copyright system is the most horrendous shit ever.
This is true, mostly because not people do this content checks. It's all automated. So just so you understand, I'm not sure if everybody knows, but money is not the most important thing about monetization on YouTube. Even if people say they don't want this just for money, the monetization doesn't actually only affect money. The most important thing that it affects is promotion of your video. So if you get demonetized, you basically get less views. This is the fact. This is how YouTube's algorithm works. This is why YouTubers are always yapping about their videos being demonetized. I know this is bad. I'm just explaining to you. It's because their video don't get promoted. So this situation that basically happened to almost any YouTuber. You upload your video, get demonetized in first few hours. You as a creator can send it to check by real people because algorithm, it can just demonetize your video by mistake. This is true. And after people check it, they restore your video's monetization and thus they restore promotion of your video. But the most of views for the video are coming in the first day or in the first couple of days, but it doesn't matter. The checks by YouTube workers might take even weeks. If you're not important enough, that can happen. But yeah, even if it's only one day or few hours, you are actually losing the majority of viewers on your video. That's why the monetization is bad for YouTubers, basically. So yeah, I can only agree on that point. YouTube's copyright system is fucked up, but that still doesn't change the point about Hoyoverse's lawful right to remove the content.
Because, well, you know what? Let me give them the benefit of the doubt, which that's doing way more than they deserve. Years ago, it was definitely horrendous. I've heard, this is why I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I've heard they've improved upon it and that they're doing a better job policing it in situations.
It actually might be different in every country because maybe it's got better in America, but I'm not sure about the rest of the countries. I'm still hearing these stories from my friends. They get demonetized in first few couple of hours, get monetized back, but it's already too late. The video won't get as much views as before that.
We'll see about that because I'm going to test them motherfucking waters. Best believe we're going to test them. Now, back then, a lawyer, I got in contact with a lawyer about this because I wanted to make sure I understood this shit explicitly. The lawyer sent me a letter and basically told me that YouTube has a good faith claimant bot, not a person, a bot, that essentially just trust whatever the company says about you, the creator, and goes through with it and just strikes you automatically. Yep. So you're essentially like over here, you got your hands up, you just get shot. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. This is really a disgusting part of YouTube.
That was how it worked back then, and I'm pretty sure it still works the same way today. Getting YouTube to step in and say, hey, they're doing some shit that they shouldn't be able to do this. This is not legal, is definitely akin to a fool's errand. But again, I am going to test these waters because I want to see their intentions. There's been a lot of people on the internet trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Oh, well, I'm sure you can re-upload it. I'm sure you could do that. I'm sure.
We actually can't. That will make worse. Don't do that. And yeah, Gacha Smack, I won't recommend you to test them out. This is really dangerous.
At the expense of risking a copyright strike. But to y'all's defense, maybe that is the case. How about we have somebody with balls big enough to test it, such as myself? I'm going to react to one of their videos, probably Braxophones, because I like Brax. And I don't know I win to lose. It's not to say I don't like him, but I know Brax.
But why?
I'm going to react to his video. I'm going to critique it and I'm going to scrutinize things that need to be scrutinized. And if they strike me, we'll have our answer on their intentions and the narrative and the monopoly that they potentially might be trying to run.
Bro, I hope this is actually clickbait. You won't do that. You're doing your channel as a business and you threaten your business with this stuff. It isn't a good thing to do.
Because that's the next conversation we have to get into. The other side of the fence, apart from the legalities of it all and them striking and terminating your channel and gatekeeping content, let's get into the content creator side. We just had my brother M Tash. I just watched the video right before I decided to make this. I've been wanting to make this since last night, by the way. Sorry if I'm all over the place. There's a lot to talk about. I wanted to make this last night. It was a long day. I uploaded videos covering comprehensive Acheron stuff. And then I went to bed, woke up, and I was like, I'm gonna make it today. I just watched MTash have a mental breakdown.
Not again. Not a dashed metal breakdown
I'll
again.
hit him at once. How ugly this situation is for creators who don't have the same privilege and access as the creators who receive this treatment.
Yeah, this is my question to all of you YouTubers. Is it that bad for you to skip just one topic? Like, it's exclusively this topic they said, don't repost. Am I insane? If someone tells you, don't go, you will die there, and you still go because, well, I have right to die. This is just stupid. Please don't be stupid. I know it's important to make videos about hyping topics. I know it's important, but if you skip just one, nothing happens.
You have to understand, you guys, that this is a market that we are trying to capture and leave an impression upon in order to build the business up, as I've stated.
This is perfectly fine. You can just do that later. It's only 1 week until your release. It's not gonna destroy your channel, but actually trying them out, well, it can potentially kill your channel. So why are you doing this in the first place?
When they enable somebody to upload information on a character that everyone is waiting to hear about and see gameplay on and see testing footage on, when they enable certain creators to upload this footage, that's already a disadvantage for every other creator who's not receiving it.
Yeah, it is. But just sign a contract with Hoyoverse. I know it's easier said than done, but I mean, okay, they are privileged, but they did something for that, you know? I'm not gonna tell they deserve it because I don't know these creators. I don't know what they did for it. But they did something that made Hoyoverse entrust them to make video about this content.
Right. But to make matters worse, they didn't gatekeep you from commenting on it and transforming it to your own content so that you could still, at the very least, get a little food off the plate that's still remaining, right? Because here's the reality of the situation. You can sit there and make the comment that, well, we still watch other creators to get their perspective. True, not everybody. In fact, the vast majority of people are going to get their information and then carry on with their life. So you are, in a sense, affecting the potential market of the creator to capture. You are butchering the dollar that is going into their pocket and the growth that is occurring for the business that they are running.
This is right, but this is not as bad because it's only one topic. I will repeat that. If you do something stupid, this is actually gonna destroy your channel. If you just don't hear them and do something like that. Because it's only 1 week before the release. It's even less than a week. Maybe I'm wrong. I admit it. I can be wrong on this point. I genuinely think that if you don't make a video about this topic, about Acheron, about her kid from the closed server, I don't think it's gonna kill your channel. It is butchering your income. Yes, it is, but it's just a little. Like, you know, you got your income only because of their content in the first place. You are Hoyocreator. Hoyoverse made you like this. They made you popular. They made you get these incomes. And now they decide not to do that further. I know it's bad, but still, they have full right to do this.
How hypocritical that is. Because you don't like leakers primarily because they are affecting the market that you are trying to capture, Hoyoverse.
And this is great ground too, because do they really hate leakers? Leaks are actually things that most likely are made by the company intentionally. This is exactly the dark advertisement or whatever you call it in America. I think some of the leaks are actually just their doings to make a little bit advertisement, but they still need to save an image of a good company. So that's why they're banning everyone who promotes these leaks. Leaks are not allowed to be too loud. As a company, make a little advertisement leaking some content of your game, some unreleased content. You don't want it to be too loud. So I hope you get what I mean.
Right? You run a gacha business model that the foundation of it is comprised of excitement, hype, and FOMO.
This is true. This is completely true. I agree. And this is the ground why you are actually getting your monetization from. This is what gave you all you have.
And that drip, 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 drip here and there, but don't reveal all that information just yet and make sure we only have this kind of time period.
Come on, maybe I might sound too based now. Officially based information. I still didn't watch till the end, but I can already made my conclusion. The conclusion is, so far, what he's telling, how does it sound for me? It sounds like, oh, I can't get enough money. I need more money. But those who gave me this money don't want to give me more. Please, I need more money. I know it's not about money. Yeah, I know. Content creators are about views, actually. You need to get popular and stuff. But he exclusively said he's about business. So yeah, what I'm trying to say, this sounds like greed for me. Maybe I am overreacting to this, but this really sounds like greed. Because, you know, Listen to that again. Gacha's Mac, he only got his popular channel, he got revenue, he got contracts and stuff only because of Hoyoverse content. This is his ground. And now Hoyoverse tells you can't make a video about this topic. And he's all yapping. Doesn't it sound strange to you? Like, think about it twice.
Pull on this character. Oh, it's a psychological warfare, pushing an agenda to get people to spend money. That's how you're a billion-dollar company right now.
Yeah, totally true.
How hypocritical it is for you to take issue with somebody affected.
You know, Gacha's Mac, your problem is this is hypocritical, yeah, but you're trying to address hypocrisy to a billion-dollar company. Like, basically, this is not how business works. Businessmen don't care about feelings, about ethics. They don't care about moral. They don't care about fairness. All they care about is money. I'm pretty sure this video is made actually not for be yapping about this problem. This is actually a part of a content that he makes to get more popular, because instead of posting video about Acheron, he posted this video and still got his views. So basically, you can call any YouTuber hypocritical. Any person that does YouTube to more or less professional level, they know why are they doing that. And it's not because of kind-heartedness and pure soul. No, this is all about business. So it's not a good thing to address hypocrisy to a billion-dollar company that doesn't give a shit about people.
Your potential market capture, but you have no issue completely obliterating a content creator's potential market capture. Mind you, content creators that bring you millions of dollars of an exposureship. And
yeah, I agree. But still, I think the issue here for Hoyoverse is this is just my speculation. It's because they don't want their unreleased characters to be criticized. And if I think from their point, I know it's hard, but try to think from their point of view. Why are they doing that? Well, you have a character, you're about to release it, you see people posting videos about leaks and telling. I'm talking about Memtest right now. I saw his video about dreams about Acheron, and he was telling that she's not as good and he will skip her. It might be clickbait, you know, but still, he gave information to his viewers that this character is actually not OP. It might be OP, but this misinformation might mislead people from donating to get this character. But this is exactly the goal of Hoyoverse. That's why, from their point of view, they don't want people, unapproved people, to talk about these characters, because they can't control them. They can only control them in the way of copy striking them if they don't like what you say about unreleased character. Gacha's Mac, you are talking about that they cut your revenue, they gatekeeping you. But look it from their point of view. You criticizing the character that is not released yet can cut their revenue. I know it's not a comparison. This is the wrong thing to compare, but still, you're doing the same thing for them if you criticize the characters that isn't released. Like, you can criticize it after it being released. It won't affect the character anymore. But before releasing, you can actually make a reputational damage to this character or to Hoyoverse in general. And this is why I think they are doing that. And still, I am against that. This is not right. This is truly hypocritical. This is unethical. But this is business.
free marketing and advertising. What the is this other than unethical and immoral? I don't know what else to say. Well, I don't know what else to call it.
Oh, we get your point. It is what it is, but I hope you hear my point too.
But one thing's for certain, if you guys are giving them the benefit of the doubt, somebody needs to be the guinea pig. I can take a strike on the chin. It takes 3 of them, right? Like baseball. 3 strikes, you're out. Well, I'll take a strike.
Actually, bad idea. Like, I'm literally a little bit worried about you.
To know what's really good. Hoyoverse, I'll be honest with you. Your Genshin Impact branch ain't worth a quarter. Straight up. I have no problems with Zenless Zone 0. They let me in the beta. Apologize to me. Good graces. I love your Honkai Star Rail team, and I've said so much good things about it. I've always been very fair with my scrutiny. I've always been very fair with giving you guys your flowers, because I acknowledge the work ethic that is going into your game and your ability to try and work with everyone.
Any business company doesn't like criticism. This is just how world works. Nobody likes criticism. Nobody. This is just in our nature. Some YouTubers say, I don't care about criticism, or they say criticism is good for you to change. Yeah, it is. I mean, like, basic level inside you will always hate criticism. And such do the big companies. They don't want people to ruin their business, criticizing, talking shit about their characters, their game, you know. You know what I mean.
But don't think for one goddamn second that I'm gonna sit here and be quiet about this garbage that is occurring right now in real time with this shit you're pushing. gatekeeping other content creators from giving your game fair critiques,
They have full right to do this.
not okay.
It is not okay. They have full right to do this. What's the banter about?
But if you make it explicitly clear that this is to prevent leakers from just giving outright slander and misinformation on content that is going to affect your market in a negative manner, fine, I get it. The fact of the matter is, though, you damn sure didn't communicate that part if that's the case. And that's the issue we have. Also, to the morons who are accusing me and other creators that aren't happy with this, which let me tell you something, the bulk of us aren't happy with this. You're accusing us of being jealous and envious.
No, I think it's the other sin. It's about greed. Okay, come on. I'm not actually thinking they are greedy. It is bad when you can't do your work effectively, yes. But still, this is how business works. The bigger sharks have all the control over little fishes like YouTubers. This is how it works. You just have to live with it. Just cope with it. I know it's hard. I know it's bad. I'm not accusing you of anything. Forget what I said about you during this video. It's just thoughts aloud. But my actual, you know my explanation. I already explained why I think they do that. And I hope you understand it.
It has nothing to do with jealousy or envy.
I don't know who said it's related to jealousy and envy. No.
Newsflash, since the beginning of my journey with Honkai Star Rail, the 50,000 subscribers I've grown, all the business relationships I've developed, all the sponsorships I have right now in real time, and
Yeah, like what he's trying to say is he's still good. He's doing fine. He has nothing to be jealous about. I get it. What this is about, this feeling when you can't accomplish your work as you wish. I can get this feeling. Like imagine if you're like office worker, you want to get a little extra money if you do extra work, but then comes your like neighbor colleague and says, now I'm taking these papers and doing for the boss, and you can do that because boss gave these papers only to me. I hope you get my analogy. This is really understandable. Still, my point is only about that the Hoyoverse thinks the same way. They want other people to talk shit about their unreleased characters because it really can affect their business. That's what I'm saying.
you know, in the future and in the past, that was all acquired without me ever having any special privileges with Hoyoverse. Apart from me participating in tournaments, I've never had access to a private server. And I've still been able to grow exponentially. I've still been able to deliver you banger content. I still theorize better than some of these people who have these privileges. I don't need that shit. I'm gonna get mines regardless. It don't make a difference to me because I'm charismatic, outspoken, and I know how to find the content. That is not to toot my own horn. That's the God's honest truth. I'm speaking up on this because I believe it's unethical, immoral, and just outright wrong.
Or might as well be just because this video is content too. And this is the substitute content he made instead of Acheron video. So he technically still speaking about Acheron, but actually about conflict around it. This is how YouTube works, you see?
Not okay. It's not how you conduct a business. And it's not how you say thank you.
No. It is how you conduct the business. This is how business works. You don't think about other people. You just think about yourself or your company. This is our truth.
To thousands of creators that are just growing your business for you. That is where we take the issue. But I digress. I think for everything else I've had to talk about, notice I am upload my next video. It's going to be an upload to the reaction of the content they claim you cannot react to. And we will find out what their intentions are. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you.
Okay, I really wish you won't get too much of a trouble after that. I really hope, because you don't deserve that. But still, you are getting what you've been warning to get. It's just sad. I hope you watched till the end to actually get my point. I know this is a long video, but I wish you good luck to Gacha Smack. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.